Q96 Morning Show. That is George Strait there. It is 7:48. JJ here with you. It is Wednesday. So, we're practicing our social distancing right now, being safe. But on the phone, we have Brian from All West Communications for our Tech Talk. So, Brian, how you doing this morning?
Pretty good. How you doing, JJ? I've got Brian Worthington in here with me as well.
Oh, okay. Well, we got the Brian's back. So there we go. Okay. So a lot of people using more of their internet nowadays since everybody's, sticking close to home and stuff. And equipment issues can come up. So what are some of the common equipment issues that people can have?
The biggest thing we see is obviously you get on your computer, you're always seeing window updates. The biggest thing I see, and I'll let Brian jump in here a little bit, no one updates their routers. The routers that we provide, our plumes, we do automatic updates.
Okay. But
you have to manually do them with any router you purchase through Staples, Walmart, wherever. Nobody does any updates on the routers. That's the biggest thing I see.
I would have never guessed, honestly, with something like that. Yeah. So
everyone takes it for granted, and it never gets done. We commonly are over there, and nobody does updates. I mean, you see updates on your phone, you see updates on your computer. Nobody updates their routers, ever.
So how can people update their router?
They can get into their router and log in and update their firmware. A lot of times it's through Netgear, login.net, or there's an IP address you can type in to log into it on the bottom of the router.
Okay. And then, so it'll let you know if you have updates, how many updates you have, if you haven't updated in a while.
Yeah. They generally don't take as long as Windows. I had an update yesterday at a computer that hadn't been plugged in a while.
Okay.
And, that's a pretty lengthy process. It's not enjoyable doing those updates.
Right. And, of course, those updates are important because they, keep, viruses and all that nasty stuff out. So it's super important that people need to check those.
Yeah, they're constantly changing. They're constantly making upgrades and doing those updates. And they obviously can reach out to us. Our dispatch, our CSRs are pretty good. Mm-hmm. They can get on the allwest.com site. They can call. Our number is 866-255-9378. Somebody will steer them in the right direction as far as what they need to do.
Okay. All right. So are there any other issues that you guys see a lot of?
Yeah, just routers are too small for the homes. I mean, routers come in different sizes to cover different areas of the house. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they'll find routers on one corner of the house when it should be a central location.
Right.
So router placement is a big deal. You don't want it around large appliances that can block the radio waves for the Wi-Fi. Uh-huh.
So can people get those boosters for different parts of their home if that occurs?
We offer what we're doing is we're installing the plume units, which is a managed Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And it's extendable. I mean, depending on the size of your house, they're generally good for 1,000 to 1,500 square feet. And what we have is top of the line router, and not everyone's going to get that wireless gateway. Mm-hmm. So placement is huge as far as my guys will look at placement for the super pod, and then the extender. Obviously we'll extend that network. So everything's wireless anymore. I mean, cameras, Alexa, TV, Fire sticks. So placement, and everything is dual band where it's 2.4 gig or the 5 gig.
Right.
So 2.4 is obviously long haul stuff, but everything uses 2.4.
Yeah.
Home phones, microwaves. There's a lot of things that you wouldn't even anticipate are using that 2.4 wavelength. So there's a lot of variables. So there's just a lot of things that can happen in the wireless world, and everything's going wireless. So
it's always important to have a good router and that placement and the right router so it can reach everywhere in your home.
Yeah. Well, technology's changed so rapidly. We'll go into a home to where they have a router that's 10 years old. It doesn't make a lot of. They have no idea why it's not working. They're paying for 150 meg and they're getting 30, but that's the max that the router will pass.
Right. Okay, so talking with Brian from All West Communications, some of the common equipment issues that people have with their routers, especially, people are using more and more of it. Have you seen a big change in since, the beginning of the month?
We have been annihilated with these student installs.
Yeah, I bet.
And we've had some issues, obviously, with getting flooded with all these installs. Every hand we have is really concentrating on getting these students installed.
Yeah.
And they've done a tremendous job, but which has created a little some growth issues, and we've had a couple internal issues that we resolved, and we're continuing to work on it. So there are some issues out there, and we've had issues with, like I said, old routers and problems that are unforeseeable.
Well, but last I'd heard, I think maybe a week or so ago, that you guys had done like over 100 installs for students in need and their families who would need those. So, which is fantastic. Thank you guys for doing that, helping these kids and these families out. So, because everybody's doing the online school now. So, have you guys got even more requests in?
It's constant. I mean, it hasn't slowed down. We're starting to kind of taper off on the school side.
Right.
Now we're starting to see Western Wyoming. We're starting to get some of those installs for students.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for doing that. That is so appreciated. And people can contact All West if they need that service, because it's 60 days for free, right? For students
Yes,
in need.
Yep.
That is
free
awesome.
Install and free service for 60 days.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I know we had some issues getting hold of you guys, but so thank you for sticking around and talking with me today. And if anybody wants, if they have questions, or maybe they're looking to switch their service, how can they contact you guys?
Well, there's a few different ways. Obviously, on Facebook, they can get on All West Communications.
Mm-hmm.
They can email us at help@allwest.com. Yeah, or they can call the 800 number, which is 866-255-9378.
All right. Well, okay. So there you go. Several different ways that you can contact. And of course, we've got posts on our Facebook page. We've been posting some of the great stuff that you guys have been doing. So you can look there as well. And thank you, Brian and Brian, for answering some questions and for talking with me. And I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Thanks, JJ.
You're welcome. All right. You guys have a good day, okay?
You too.
Thank you. All right. It is 7:55. I've got news and